Hi everyone, Tallara here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Today's episode is going to bring us through the Emerald Graves, so before I begin, I want to start with this codex entry reading about the location. It says, "Our people call this place the Emerald Graves. Long ago, before the fall of the Dales, a tree was planted for every warrior who pledged themselves to the guardianship of the Dales. Together, these warriors were the Emerald Knights of Halam Sharal, and the forest of their trees was named the Emerald March. When the humans began encroaching once again on our borders, the Emerald Knights banded together to protect us from the incursion. The humans were many, and their chantry powerful, and they eventually conquered the Dales. The Knights fought in defense of our land, and almost all perished. The trees that once represented a mighty army were now living symbols of sacrifice, the Emerald Graves. I hear that most humans in Orlais do not call this place by its true name. They find it an inauspicious one, and refer to the forest only as the Great Wood. They refuse to see anything but wood and moss and leaves, and hope to remain ignorant of the blood that was spilled. But we of the people remember. We feel the weight of what was lost, and we see, not trees, but lives given for our freedom, as told by Keeper Gisharel of the Ralaferan clan." So, as most elven places are, this is a place of sadness. It's beautiful on the outside, but the history of it is, of course, very sad, and that is where we are going to start our adventures today. We were called here, of course, by someone named Fairbanks, and this is the quest. We need to head to Watcher's Reach. Inquisition scouts have been approached by an Orlesian rebel named Fairbanks who requests protection. Fairbanks and his followers are being attacked by a suspicious group calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. So we're going to make our way through the forest and see if we can find this Fairbanks. Speak of the devil. I think we found some Freemen of the Dales right away. And by the looks of that dialogue that just popped up, I couldn't quite hear it, but luckily I have the captions on. They have some sort of issue with Fairbanks. I'm sure we'll find out just what that is soon. Whoa!
Freeman?
Want to do something about that?
More Freeman indeed. We just made those straight up explode though, so that's a good start. Let's see, here's Watcher's Canyon. Hi. Is Fairbanks in here?
Fairbanks is expecting you as a cannon.
Perfect.
Watch yourself. I'd like to trust you, but we don't trust anyone these days.
Fair enough. This music is beautiful. They've got quite the camp established. Like, how would you even attack this? They were very entrenched. Watcher's Reach is a great camp. Alright, you must be Fairbanks.
It's an honor to meet the Herald of Andraste.
Everything you hoped for?
I hope I don't disappoint.
Not at all, but as they say, actions speak louder. As my missive stated, we can help each other. You have encountered the Freemen. Aggressive bastards, no? They've killed a dozen of my people. We've tried to fight, but we cannot match their strength. You can. Why should you care about this, you ask? Because the Freemen are colluding with your enemy.
My enemy?
Which enemy do you mean?
The rogue Templars. I've seen them through the woods, heading for the Freemen bases, leaving with crates. Destroy the Freemen, and they'll lead you straight to the Red Templars. This, I promise.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to ignore that.
I'll look into this, Fairbanks.
All my information about the Freemen is right here, in our camp. Help us, and everything I know about the Dales, about these woods, I will share with the Inquisition.
Okay, just we'll take a look at Fairbanks' documents. Needed more elf fruit, so I went with him to that grove by that strange rock on the road that looks like a grumpy old woman smoking a pipe. Freemen were there. They didn't see us at first, but Grier stepped on a twig. I didn't think that happened in real life, only in stories. That damn twig. I barely got away. Didn't like having to tell Fairbanks we lost the herbalist. Shit, they're gonna kill us all one by one. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you of the lives you have lost. Gertrude, Chauvin, Devon, and Jacques were taken by Sister Cousteau's men while hunting. They are dead. I pray the Maker have mercy on their souls. The Freemen are preparing for something, stocking up on supplies and men. Trolls range further each day. Be careful where you go. When you forage, keep close by. To prevent more deaths, we must look out for each other. The soldiers among us have volunteered to guard and patrol Watcher's Reach, so the rest of you stay safe. With heavy heart, your friend and protector, Fairbanks. Okay, so we got some information. I mean, this doesn't quite explain why they hate Fairbanks specifically. Perhaps because he's providing so much resistance. Wolf Falls. Even with countless gallons of water rushing down over it for centuries, the wolf statue remains intact. Magic, perhaps? Is there a wolf statue up top? Or is it down bottom? I don't see a wolf statue. Oh, there it is! Oh my god, I'm blind. It was literally straight ahead. Hello?
I don't want to talk right now. Maybe later.
Okay, sorry. What about over here? Map of Watcher's Pass. Alright. Be able to find an X marks the spot kind of thing. Alright, so if we want more information from Fairbanks, we have to help him out, and that involves stopping the Freemen of the Dales. If they're working with the Templars, then I have even more reason to help them out, because we definitely want to put a dent in Croesus's plans. I'm gonna take my Balefire. See if I can find a rune around here. Excuse me, Barrett. Excuse me. Thank you. And we also, I guess, have to head up and find the Freemen's camps. Before we do, perhaps we can ask Fairbanks for more information. Tell me about this camp.
Tell me about your people.
And don't mind this giant torch.
Most have lost family. All have lost their homes. I found a few, helped them, found this cave for shelter. Word spread and more came. Even with the war over, some are afraid to leave. Where will they go?
Okay, so it's just a camp of refugees and Fairbanks is their leader. Can you tell me more about the Freemen?
Who are these freemen of the Dales?
Most are deserters from the war, tired of fighting and dying for a cause in which they have no stake. But recently, the Freemen have organized, started attacking anyone and everyone. Their new leaders are driving them to take the Dales for themselves.
Got it.
I need to be going.
Be safe.
Alright, me and my Balefire are gonna head out and we'll see what we can do about these Freemen.
Don't look for trouble.
Alright, clearly I missed the, whatever rune is hiding down there, because I've just started walking up the path with my Balefire to no avail, but that's okay. It was a nice, welcome. We're running into our first group of Freemen here, which we take out with ease. I feel like we're definitely missing something here. I don't know why they would be so aggressive towards Fairbanks in particular, unless there was some backstory that we were missing. Regardless, we're heading towards this Viridium mine, because Fairbanks' documents mentioned a Freeman target named Sister Cousteau, who's last stationed at the Viridium mine. So that's the way we're going, through this absolutely beautiful forest. Kind of weird to think that there would even be a mine here. My favorite sorts of environments in video games are environments like this, with lots of color. This is just, it's breathtaking walking through here, to be completely honest. Which may be a little dramatic, but I truly mean it. And there's some sort of landmark up here next to this statue, I guess. Also some elf fruit. Where is my landmark? Is it out here? Yep, here it is. Guide. Historians have been unable to identify the mysterious and cloaked pointing figure in the Emerald Graves. Some believe it a representation of the elven god Falondin, also known as the Friend of the Dead, or the Guide. Others believe it an elaborate elven joke, its punchline lost to time. This would be a lot of work to create a statue this big for a joke. So I don't know, I'm gonna go with it's probably the elven god. I'm gonna go with the first theory. It actually seems to be pointing straight at this mine, which is, like, a little bit spooky. It's like the statue knows where we want to go. As you can see, we are quite over-leveled for this area. My whole party is level 20 right now, and our highest level enemies are only... oops, I didn't mean to use that. Are only level 15, so it's not going to pose much of a challenge for us. Just loot and keep moving.
How could you possibly be a spy?
Well, it's a pretty easy job. I do some fighting and drinking, and then once in a while I tell Parvalin about it.
Except you don't anymore.
If you do that, everyone knows you're a spy. Drinking, fighting, writing notes. That's all it really takes.
Shit, you're either the worst Kunari ever or the best. I can't decide.
So that dialogue is a little bit outdated because obviously Bull does not report back anymore. He is no longer following the Coon like me. But that was the basic gist of what he did in the good old days before everything fell apart. Scrawled note, you've heard how the Dalish would hang trespassers. Hung them from trees is what they say. Would you believe you can still see them? I swear on the Maker's beard, when I saw that face in the tree, I just about pissed myself. The screaming face of a murdered bastard right in front of me. I was afraid if I stayed long, I'd hear it howling. I hadn't even been drinking. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself. Alright, so people are seeing things in the forest. Perfect. And here are the mines. Oh, there's red lyrium in the mines. Good to know, Bull buddy. I need you to destroy this. Varric will be happy about that. And then we're gonna destroy you guys. I mean, this is pretty good evidence that the Freemen are in fact working with the Red Templars. They're here at this red lyrium mine. Not much you can really do to argue their involvement now. Hopefully they went down real easy. Oh, no, wait, there's one more. Oh, wait, this is Sister Cousteau. I thought we were here to rescue her. She's a bad guy? I clearly mixed up the assignment. Anyway, she's dead, although Dorian brought her back to life. She died again? And we solved the problem. That's right. She dropped a pretty cool mace. Let's see what else we can find in this camp. From Sister Cousteau. Hugh, yes, I know what Duhame thinks about the people in Watcher's Reach. He's wrong. The refugees think us monsters, all because of Duhame and his like. They get in the way, I suppose we must eliminate them. But we will not hunt them. We will not murder them unless they force our hand. I hope you understand. Yours faithfully, Sister Cousteau. So it seems like the sister wasn't bad. From Sister Cousteau. As I've said, there's no reason to worry about the other Freemen's cells. Since we are in the Dales, I shall invoke the heathen philosophy of Vir Adelen, the way of the wood. Each tree is part of a greater whole. It is the same with us. We are all part of a greater plan. The Dales will be ours, that I promise. Oh!
Please, help us!
Hi, you're the one we're here to save. Ah, I got my gals mixed up. Gertrude! Hi.
The guards had a key. It's over there.
Over where?
No, the other way!
The other way?
Yes, that way.
Okay. Here? No? Love how she's just guiding me. This is the way?
Yes!
Oh, here we go. I got it.
You have it. Please, please open the door. I can't stand it in here another second.
That was actually fairly helpful, Gertrude. Thank you for shouting the directions at me. There you go. Get on out of here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright. Since you guys are out of the cage, I'm going to take the opportunity to mine the Viridium that was in here behind you. And I'll hopefully get back safely. There's something in here. Picking up some more quests from these maps that we're finding. So, the two new quests we picked up is this one. Documents found in Cousteau's camp mention a commander for the Freemen named Duhame. He's among peers holding a deserted villa in the Emerald Graves. So, next stop, get rid of Duhame, clear out the villa. This place is so eerie and yet beautiful at the same time. Emerald Graves is a good name for it. I mean, emerald, obviously. But also graves, and hearing the story of how they were planting trees for their warriors, and now their warriors are gone, it's just... Anyway, it's beautiful. Here is Villa Morel. So clearly, I guess, Orlesians built a little villa and tried to make this a vacation destination after they took it from the elves. Which is kind of messed up, but, you know, should be used to it by now. Either way, this is where Commander Duhame is holed up, so let's get rid of his outside troops. Everything's pretty easy at this point, again with our 5-level differential. Really helps. Oh, and there's Commander Duhame. Oh, he's not even inside the villa. He made this easy for us because he is standing right outside. He's really tall. I'm not going to get closer for a better look. Sorry. I'm going to keep my distance. You can see from here, very large. Even bigger than Bull. But still going down pretty easily. There we go. He actually exploded.
The people running around the dales hurting helpless peasants.
Yep. Well, not anymore. He won't be hurting anybody because he's just a pile of goo. We got some orders on his body, though. Did you hear? Sister Cousteau has fallen. I'm surprised it took so long. She was soft. Unfortunately, we also lost the rats we were going to send to Soledin. We have to make sure this doesn't happen again. Wow, word spread really fast of me killing Sister Cousteau. Didn't take long. And now we have the key to the villa, which we will enter in one moment after I grab this landmark right here next to this statue. Betrayer. Even Mafrith the Betrayer had a part to play. Who are we to say elves do not? Interesting. So this is a Chantry-related statue. This is not an elven landmark. All of this is very Chantry-esque, you can see by the statues and stuff. This is an Orlesian building. And we get to go inside now to explore Villa Morel.
The Freeman's leader should be holed up here. This place has seen better days.
The real owners must have left for the Winter Palace.
Okay. So yeah, it's kind of trashed in here, but this seems to be the base of operations for this sect of the Freemen. So if we can wipe this place out, everyone will be better off. Pages from Lord Morel's journal, the journal of one of the villa's former owners. The current occupants tossed it aside. Artem is the very soul of discretion. I could have a Templar to dinner and they would be none of wiser. If the Templars hadn't gone off to do Maker knows what, I might try it. Valerie complains, but the Empress herself has such an advisor. Why not me? His services are useful. No one could better ensure our security. No matter, the distractions of the city will ease her mind soon enough. It's a nice little villa. I'm sure it was great here before these guys destroyed it. Courtyard clear.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look indeed. What is this?
Part of a key. There's a rune inscribed on it. Or part of one.
Well, I guess we'll have to try to find those other pieces. Oh god, in the meantime, we are 100% getting ambushed. I don't know where all these Freemen came from behind us, but anyway, dealt with. Some more reading materials. Sexuality in Thetis. Okay. Everyone ready for some informative reading? What I find most interesting is that despite the lack of open discussion on matters of human sexuality, there is commonality to be found on the subject in all Andrastian lands. Typically, one's sexual habits are considered natural and separate from matters of procreation, and only among the nobility, where procreation involves issues of inheritance and the union of powerful families, is it considered of vital importance. Yet even there, a noble who has done their duty to the family might be allowed to pursue their own sexual interests without raising eyebrows. The view on indulging lusts with a member of the same gender varies from land to land. In Orlais, it is considered a quirk of character, nothing more. In Ferelden, it is a matter of scandal if done indiscreetly, but otherwise nothing noteworthy. In Tevinter, it is considered selfish and deviant behavior among nobles, but actively encouraged with favored slaves. Nowhere is it forbidden, and sex of any kind is only considered worthy of judgment when taken to awful excess or performed in the public eye. So the TLDR is that Thetis is actually pretty progressive when it comes to sexuality. And this is the general right here, Maleficent. He interrupted my sexual readings. We didn't even have to go looking for him. He literally came looking for us. And down he goes.
Looks like that was the man in charge.
Apparently.
Took a blow against the freemen.
From what we've heard, I'm not sorry to see him go.
Well, that was easy. Alright, we got ourselves a Witchfire staff, and hopefully that should be all we need to get some information in return. Found this note, a letter bearing the Templar seal. Have a chat with Maleficent to make sure everything's running smoothly. While there, see if any of his men might wish to volunteer their services in M3 de Lyon. We could always use a few more. Be discreet. Maleficent's still useful. I doubt he'd remain so if he thinks we're stealing his soldiers. C.
Red Templars? Why not?
Seems we interrupted their meeting with the Templars.
They weren't ready for us. Whatever they came for might still be here.
Good idea. Alright, so I have a feeling I know who C from that note is. One Mr. Crufius. And I guess it is true after all that the Freemen were in fact in league with the Dales. First, we can learn some gossip. We found the diary of one of the villa's former owners. All this fuss over Gaspard and Celine. The talk was amusing enough. Now we hear of conflicts between the Imperial Army and the soldiers supporting that usurper. The thought of them coming here is frightful. Mother is right. Our most fashionable acquaintances will summer in the city, and we should do the same. Raymond is stubborn, of course. All his little tricks and trinkets are here. I indulge his eccentricities, mostly to annoy Mother, but we cannot have everything sent to Val Royeaux on such short notice. He does insist we keep Artem on. He refuses to do without the man's services. I suppose he views Artem as another piece of his collection. Still, such devotion to his servant. Okay, so that actually answers the question of where the owners are. They packed up and ran once the war started. And they literally just left all their valuables behind, which is an interesting decision. All the same, I suppose I will continue to explore this villa now so we can find those other parts of the key. And like Bull so very perfectly said, perhaps we can find the Red Templars we're looking for.
Red
Oh.
delirium.
They were smuggling for the Templars.
Not anymore.
Not anymore is right. Okay. Maleficent's journals. This details the founding of the Freemen of the Dales. August and I have established outposts in the Emerald Graves. We are spreading the word to both armies. I'm sick of good Orlesian men and women dying for someone else's cause. It ends now. Orlais should belong to us, the people who defend her borders, who till her fields. If we're to fight and kill for something, let it be that way. Several pages later. Templars approached us. They are not the order I knew, but they have offered weapons and gold if we help bring their supplies to the Emerald Graves. If we are to free the Dales from the grasp of the nobility, we need what they have to offer. It's a deal with a demon, but our cause is worthwhile. So that explains a lot as well. The Freemen were actually of a good cause, or they were trying to be a good cause. Simply, they were tired of the fighting and wanted a land of their own. And then, of course, they got wrapped up with Crufius, and they ended up being evil. Here's another note. There's been lots of reading here. A note addressed to the villa's former owner lies next to an unusual device. Lord Morrell, I posed a few questions to my contacts in the White Spire. Discreetly, of course, lest they want the piece for themselves. From what I can gather, the device, rustically dubbed Illyrium Epirlon, is meant to restore broken runes. They are not widely used. Some suggest that if the rune were affixed to an object, the device could restore the item itself, although I was unable to confirm the truth of this. This is purely academic, as it requires a mage to function. It is nevertheless a rare piece, prized amongst the collectors of curiosities. I trust you are pleased with the purchase. Ah, so if we get all the key fragments...
We don't have everything we need.
Yeah. Then we can put them here and reforge the key. Okay, excellent. We've got a plan. Another letter to Maleficent from C. I'm sending men to discuss some changes. It's nothing dire. You'll find the demands perfectly reasonable. We're willing to compensate you for any inconvenience. I want our relationship to be mutually beneficial. It's been going so well, each of us with our crusades. I wonder if Maleficent ever even met Trifius and, like, knew how creepy he was. You know? Also, what is this? What is this creature? It's like a nug, but also like a elephant. And is it stuffed? Wow, I have so many questions. Here's some more light reading. The Exalted March of the Dales. The Chantry's story of the Exalted March of the Dales paints the picture of the righteous faithful arrayed against heathen savages. But I have long studied the Dales, and I find the acceptable version of the tale to be a poor one, laden with overt pro-Chantry and pro-human biases. Thus, it is my moral imperative to propose an alternate interpretation, that the Exalted March of the Dales was nothing more than an expansionist ploy hiding behind the mask of faith. It is easy to see on any map how large the Dales are. More importantly, they stand between Orlais and the rest of the south, and would likely have represented a significant obstacle to the Empire's expansion into Ferelden. Naturally, we stood to benefit from propagating the narrative of a hostile, unreasoning people, attacking innocent missionaries and making blood sacrifices of good Andrastian babies. The likely truth is that the elves merely wished to maintain sovereignty over lands promised to them by Blessed Andraste herself, when the humans showed clear intent to undermine their autonomy. Of course, the elves reacted by becoming increasingly isolationist, which suited the Empire perfectly. Here was a kingdom that spurned diplomatic overtures and that refused to lend aid during the Second Blight when the Darkspawn attacked Montsamard. The Dalish kingdom could not be anything but a dormant threat, one that needed to be crushed before it awoke. Scholars point to the massacre at Red Crossing as the impetus for the Chantry's declaration of an exalted march on the Elven Kingdom and the Dales. They conveniently ignore the fact that no one alive truly knows what happened at the Red Crossing or why the elves attacked. The Chantry's response to the elven aggression that resulted in the slaughter of hundreds was predictable, but in light of my thesis, perhaps we should re-examine the events of Red Crossing and wonder if the attack was truly unprovoked, or whether it is possible that someone saw benefit in sacrificing an entire village to justify the subjugation of an entire people. Wow. That was a good read, and the fact that some sort of Orlesian nobility had that in his library is low-key kind of, like, treasonous, I feel. That's like some juicy gossip right there. Alright, so that's the door that the rune-engraved key opens. We just need to find the two other pieces and then forge it back together. Well, we actually found one of the pieces, so just one more piece we need to find. Here we go. Now we just need to reassemble the runed key. Luckily we don't need to find a way, as the quest puts it, because we've already found the way. Using that interesting artifact in the back. It said that it needed a mage to run. I mean, I'm here and Dorian's here, so we shouldn't have any issues, I hope. Hop over a few boxes. Head back into the secret room. Bull actually had to just break down this wall. It really was a secret room. We'll place the fragments here. And then energize it. Voila! We got ourselves a key. Now let's see what they had locked behind this door. Ooh.
So here's where they kept the good stuff.
Exactly, Varric. Exactly. This is where they kept the good stuff. Don't mind if I do. We found the vault. We will take all we can carry. As a reward. Getting rid of the Freeman. Alright, so in terms of our Freeman elimination, we still have one more guy that we need to track down. Documents that we found in Custo's camp mentioned a chevalier named August who is working for the Freemen. He was last seen at Argan's Lodge in the Emerald Graves. So, if we're gonna do it, we may as well do it right, and make sure we'll get rid of every single one of these guys. Next up is we have to head to Argan's Lodge. Okay, I see some sort of structure up ahead. I have to assume this is probably Argan's Lodge.
There must be something here.
There's something here alright, but I think we're gonna have to take the long way around, which is fine. We can take out some Freemen on the way. Alright. Oh yeah, there's quite a group of Freemen here. This is definitely another base of theirs. When we're done, there will not be a single Freeman left standing in the Dales. Or Templar. Which is the more important of the two, to be honest. Oh yeah, look how many guys just came out of that little shack over there. We found the squad, that's for sure. One left. I love when they explode like that. It's so dramatic. Oh, and here's some more. Alright. Not done yet, guys. Get on up here. Just think, like, if you think about this in terms of numbers, the 4 of us are coming in here and killing probably 100 guys. Here's Chevalier August, which is who we came here to fight. He is just as big as his counterparts are, but I'm sure that means he'll fall just as quick as they did too. Got a mass of colors. Mine and Dorian's magic wreaking havoc here. Down goes the Chevalier. In fact, he didn't even go down because Dorian brought him back to fight on our side, which is always epic. And now he should die. Ah.
One less for Fairbanks to worry about.
Speaking of Fairbanks, I think that should be everybody. We have taken out 3 separate leaders of the Freemen, so hopefully we can go back and Fairbanks will be good to his word and give us some info. In the meantime, here's a scribbled note. Get your men out on the roads and hunt down those Inquisition bastards. We're losing the Emerald Graves. Have you forgotten what we're fighting for? Everything we do for our future and for Olay. Well, it's a little too late to hunt us down. Got so many treasure maps. I have to take some time to follow those someday. Here's an unsigned message. Villa Morel's taken. Elephant's gone. We're losing our grip. What now? The men are starting to balk, talking about giving up. I'll give it to the Freemen. They are very efficient at spreading the word, because the second I've had victories, everyone has known. Word spreads fast in these dales. Ah, this must be what my compass was leading me to, that mosaic piece. Alright, perfect. So, we'll read this note. Sir August's messages. Philida, I hope you are well and adjusting. This is now your home. The Imperial Army did not appreciate you. Your Empress used you for her own purposes. Forget her. Remember, you are no deserter. You are free. It's kind of sad because it seems like the Freemen actually did have, like, a just cause. And then they just completely lost their way by allying with Corypheus and the Red Templars, which is a little sad, but that's it. That's why you gotta make good decisions on who you ally with. Anyway, I'm gonna head back now to Watcher's Reach.
Some people actually enjoy walking in the wilderness. They do it for fun. It's called hiking.
That's not what we're doing right now, Varric. You're not having any fun? We're gonna hike all the way back to Watcher's Reach. Alright, here we are, and let's tell Fairbanks about what we've been up to.
People. We'd given them up for dead. Perhaps the stories are true.
Okay.
I need to be going.
I'll be here. Any news, Inquisitor?
The Freemen have been defeated.
They hurt so many of my people. Now it's finally over. Thank you. Perhaps with the Freemen gone, we can find a proper home. Algon's Lodge was always well situated. Inquisitor.
Are you gonna give me any info, or...?
I need to be going.
Be safe.
No, that's it? Just a thank you? I get nothing in return? Oh, we get Fairbanks as an agent now. Okay, okay.
Inquisitor.
I was gonna say, something doesn't seem right here.
I need to be going.
But okay, so we did all that. We secured a future for these people, rescued them from the Freemen / the Templars. And now Fairbanks is actually going to help us out, and that's how he's going to share his information with us. So there you have it, folks. We saved some people, explored the Emerald Graves, and got a valuable new ally in Fairbanks. So thank you all so much for watching. We have one more area that I want to explore before we go to our final quest. So that is what we will be doing in the next episode, going through the main quest line of the final optional area in Dragon Age Inquisition. And then it will be time to bring the battle to Corypheus. Until next time, though, everybody, thank you so much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys back here again real soon.